Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I've got my first video of my makeup beginner series. I'm going to give you some advice really if you're a beginner with makeup trying to find your foundation, and a few other tips to go along with applying it and stuff like that. 5 steps. So first step is skincare, second step is base, third step is actually matching the foundation, fourth step is the tools for applying, and fifth step is setting. Quick disclaimer, I am not a dermatologist by any means. I am not a makeup artist by any means. This is just advice from my own experience, from products that I've used, from what I've found to work for me really, and I'm just giving some advice if anyone is trying to find foundation for themselves. So always check with your dermatologist, with your doctor, if you're worried about anything harming your skin. Always do a skin test if you're going to try anything new. And yeah, it's literally just to pick and choose things that you might think will work for you and apply for you. But stuff, I think probably all the stuff I'm talking about is from drugstore. So obviously if you're a beginner with makeup, you don't want to spend huge amounts of money on makeup and you don't even know how to use it, do you know what I mean? So everything I've mentioned is from the drugstores. So the first step is skincare, and skincare is really important if you want really nice looking makeup, because literally underneath your makeup, if it's flawless, then your makeup's going to be flawless, do you know what I mean? So most people you see with flawless makeup, it's because their skin underneath is really good. So what you want to start off with is cleansing, exfoliating and toning. Those are the 3 basics of skincare, but I'll talk about main skincare probably in another video. But in terms of foundation, you want to focus on the exfoliator, because that's what's gonna kind of smooth the base and give you a nice surface to work with. It's going to get rid of all the dead skin cells, it's going to smooth out the skin and give you a nice fresh base for you to carry on with the next steps, and then eventually obviously put on your foundation. My favourite product to use is the St. Ives exfoliating scrub, the apricot scrub. I find that just to be the best because it's coarse but not too coarse, and it does its job. It really exfoliates my skin well. Every time I use it, my skin is just baby soft, and I absolutely love it. I can't rave about that enough. But for some people that might be a bit too harsh, so you can always use more daily exfoliator, because that's more like a weekly exfoliator rather than a daily exfoliator. So in terms of a daily exfoliator, I recommend the charcoal daily facial scrub by Garnier, and that one is amazing if you have oily skin, because the charcoal ingredients in it helps to absorb oil. If you have more dry skin and you want a creamier exfoliator, then the Neutrogena Visibly Clear exfoliator is really good as well. So once you've done your skincare, your cleansing, your toning, your exfoliating, well, not in that order, but you know what I mean. So once you've done that, it's now time to prep your base, to apply the foundation. So what I like to use is a moisturizer. So I have a daily moisturizer which I use day in day out, regardless of if I'm wearing makeup or not. And then I have my priming moisturizer, and what I like to prime with is Superdrug's own brand night cream on the outer part of my face, because I tend to have quite dry skin during winter time, and that really hydrates my skin, and it's amazing to use underneath makeup. And then for my T-zone, because I am still quite oily even in the winter, I like to use a mattifying primer. And what I love, and what I literally cannot believe is discontinued, Boots No. 7 Beautifully Matte Primer. They don't do it anymore. I have no idea why, because that is the best primer I have ever used, hands down. So when I run out, honestly, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna have to try and find another alternative. But I have heard the NYX Mineral Veil, no, not Mineral Veil, the NYX Angel Veil, I heard that's really good. So I want to try that out really soon. So when you're actually looking to buy your foundation, there's a few things that you need to look out for so that you get the foundation that matches you perfectly. Those are your undertones, your skin type, and the coverage of the foundation. Those three things will determine which foundation is going to be best for you. For me, to find out what undertone I went to a MAC counter. It's absolutely free. You can literally go to any MAC counter that you can find, your nearest one, and literally ask them to colour match you. And why MAC is really good is because they have cool tone and warm tone foundations. So they have their NC, which is their cool tone foundations, and their NW, which is their warm foundations. And whichever one they match you to obviously will determine like what undertone you are. And I find that if I tried to have done it, like if I tried to do it myself, I don't think I would have got it right. I would have done too much trial and error. And having a MAC foundation, like knowing your MAC foundation colour, is so good for comparing with other foundations, because so many comparisons of foundations use MAC as their, like, what do you call it? Like their guide. Yeah, they use it as their guide to see what colour matches with what. Once you've determined what your undertone is, you need to determine your skin type. From your skincare, you should already know what your skin type is. So if you're oily, you tend to go towards more matte foundations, matte finishes. If you're dry, you tend to go towards more dewy looking foundations. And if you're combination skin, I'm combination skin, so I like to go for semi-matte foundations because I feel like it complements my face a lot more than either the dewy or the matte. So yeah, those are the foundations I would say you should go for those specific skin types. But at the same time, I know people who are oily skin but like a dewy finish, and I know people who are dry skin but like a matte finish. There's other products you can use in conjunction to your foundation to give you those finishes without having to compromise like your skin at all. So if you are oily and you go for a matte foundation, that doesn't mean that your face has to stay matte. There's so many products now in the market that you can use to help get the dewy finish you're looking for, like illuminators, highlighters. All those things really help give you the dewiness. And if you're dry skin but you want the matte look, using a dewy foundation doesn't stop that. You can also put powder on top, but that doesn't overly dry your face because you've got the dewy foundation underneath to help with your dryness. Yeah, and then if you're combination skin, it's really just up to you what you want to go for. You can go for matte foundations and you can go for dewy, so you've got a bit more to play with. Third of all is coverage. Coverage is important to look out for because different foundations offer different coverages. If you are looking for an everyday light coverage, not too heavy foundation, then you would go for something like a tinted moisturizer or a BB cream, and that gives you a really nice everyday kind of look. And then if you're going for something with a bit more coverage but still not full glam coverage, then you go for like maybe a sheer to buildable foundation. So sheer, medium, buildable foundations are really good for every day because they're, again, not too heavy but they have more coverage than the tinted. So if you've got like blemishes you want to cover but you're not too fussed whether or not they're all covered, you know what I mean? And then there's the full coverage, like the proper flawless glam look foundation, and those tend to be high coverage. They tend to be full coverage, and they say full coverage. But I'll leave links below of drugstore versions of what I've just mentioned because I can't think of them off the top of my head, but I'll leave them down below. Also use YouTube, guys. Oh my gosh, finding a foundation without YouTube is like looking for a needle in a haystack. I find it's impossible. I have to go on YouTube to find the foundation because I feel like every single foundation, okay, not every one, but almost all the foundations I've ever wanted to like try, I've seen someone like test it out on YouTube. People do foundation reviews all the time and it's so helpful. So once you know all these three things, finding your foundation should now be so easy for you because you have all the information you need to go and check it out on YouTube. At the same time, it's not an exact match. Even if there is someone with your same foundation color, it might look different on them than it does on you, so you have to keep that in mind. So it's just all about trial and error really, and just having fun and playing around. Like, that's what makeup's about. So that's why I say start off with drugstore foundation, so you kind of get a feel of what colour, you know, suits you and stuff like that before you start splurging on high foundations that aren't your colour, you know. You've done your skincare, you've done your base, you found the foundation that you want. Now it's time to apply it. I'm going to show you 3 of my most used tools for applying foundation, but nowadays I feel like there's just new tools coming out like every week. Like literally, like the other day I heard about the silly sponge, okay, not the other day, but like the silicone thing. Guys, what's going on? I don't understand. But yeah, so my favourite things to use are the fat kabuki brush, the oval brush, and the beauty blender. To be fair, the oval brush I just used today. No, I just used in the clip that you're gonna see, but I really liked it. But I found that it gave my coverage, like, I found like it sheared out my foundation more than the kabuki. And with me, like, if I'm wearing makeup, like, I don't like doing half-hearted makeup because I think what's the point? So I would rather have my foundation full coverage if I'm wearing foundation. If I'm not wearing foundation, then that's fine as well, do you know what I mean? But I don't wear foundation every single. Yeah, so I did think that the application was really nice, but I think maybe if I invest in the proper, like the artiste ones, maybe they might give me a better coverage, because I've seen them all over YouTube and I think that they look amazing. They just look so weird to use, but they feel so nice, I can't lie. But yeah, so there's that one, and then there's beauty blender, but that one I don't tend to reach for as much because I have to go and damp it and then come back and then I always forget, and then I'm like, oh my god, I need to put on my foundation like really quick because I'm always in a rush. Oh my gosh. But yeah, if you're like a beginner and you're not really looking to invest in brushes just yet, you can use your fingers. I think even the NARS Luminous foundation advises you to use your fingers to apply the foundation. Obviously that's high end. But as you can see, the foundation I'm using to apply is the Milani foundation and concealer, like 2-in-1 foundation, and I really love this foundation. I'm wearing it right now and I love it. It's quite thick. Like when I first pumped it, I said, oh my god, it's literally like not going anywhere. Like usually with like other foundations, like it might just like dripping and I'm like, oh my gosh, but this was like solid, like it stayed, because I pump on my face and then blend it. It wasn't budging like at all, it was not going anywhere, but the coverage was really good. I really liked the consistency. I'm not the biggest fan of the colour, only because I feel like it's a bit too cool for my skin, which is a bit weird because I am cool toned. But yeah, I don't know, I thought it was a bit, I mean, after I do like my contour and all that stuff, like it looks perfectly fine, but I feel like when I apply it, like you're gonna see like probably thinking, girl, it's like your colour. But trust me guys, it worked out in the end. You've applied your foundation, now it's time to set it to make sure it's not going anywhere. I didn't put this clip in because I usually do it at the end of my makeup. Use a sheer powder. The drugstore one I would recommend is this sleek luminous powder, I think it's called. I don't know if it's called that anymore. That's what I used to use like in the drugstore. I'll leave a link below of this sleek powder. Those powders are actually quite good. And a setting spray, NYX do really good setting spray. Using that as well will just lock in your foundation and keep it sealed all night, all day for going out. Even if it's just during the day and maybe like during the summer, spring, like when it's quite warm, you just keep your makeup locked in place. And yeah, that's really it for the foundation part of my beginner series. I'm going to do eyebrows, I'm going to do highlight and contour, and I'm going to do an everyday face. So look out for those videos in the future. I really hope you enjoyed today's video. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up, leave a comment below with anything else you'd like to see from me, and also let me know what you like to use for foundation and how you apply it, because I'm always looking to try different things. So if you've got any tips to leave for me, I would really appreciate that. And yeah, I really hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure you subscribe. Oh my gosh, don't forget to subscribe. because I would love that. That would be so amazing. I just hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.